This sector has been breaking records with great yearly sales, but they can break your bank balance when buying new.
So I've assembled 3 second-hand off-roaders on the 4x4 spectrum that all offer something slightly different. The Range Rover L322, the Toyota Landcruiser J100, and the VW Touareg V6.
I'll begin with the cheapest. This second-generation L322 came out in 2003 and was launched with BMW's 4.4-litre V8 engine.
A naturally aspirated successor to BMW's M60 engine, the 8 cylinders offered up by this particular model produce 285 horsepower that will get you to 62 in a shade under 9 seconds.
Not bad, considering this Range Rover weighs 2.7 tonnes.
And now all this could be yours. A stately home on wheels for just $5.5 grand.
It is incredible to think that you can get a Range Rover for that little money. So much car. I mean, even the Queen owns one. And I'm not talking about myself in the third person there.
So what can I tell you about how it feels behind the wheel?
I adore the high-up seating position, and although you're never gonna tackle bends with the spirit of a hot hatch, you can knock the gear lever across into manual mode, knock it down 1 or 2 gears, and then use the performance of that V8 to propel you forwards with a lovely noise.
Range Rovers do have a bit of a temperamental reputation though, so make sure you do the key checks before you buy.
Oil leaks on the cam covers where the chain guards are have been known to cause problems. And on start-up, listen for any ticking noises. It could mean that the timing chain tensioner is on its way out, and that will cost you about £1,800.
Next up, the Toyota Landcruiser J100.
The Landcruiser has been around for almost 70 years and is the workhorse of many organisations around the world that require a reliable and sturdy bit of off-road transport.
This model has a 4.2-litre engine with 204 horsepower, which gets the big bruiser up to 60 in around 13 seconds, and it'll cost you about £6 grand.
Inside, things are not as luxurious as they are in the Range Rover, and this car definitely drives in a more utilitarian, tractor-like way. It's got a clunky diesel that's 79 horsepower short of the Range Rovers, but this particular model has got an awful lot of optional extras. On the bonnet, I've got a cargo mat for strapping down roadkill. I've got a bank of bunny blinding lights. I've got tow hooks, winches. I've got a snorkel up here in case I want to go deep-sea diving.
The Toyota has a reputation for being incredibly reliable and practical. Also, it's a bit less thirsty than the Range Rover, but there are still things to look out for.
This has got a 5-speed manual gearbox, but halfway through production, Toyota changed the 4-speed automatic gearboxes to 5-speed ones, which improved fuel economy. Happy days. However, if you're looking at a 4-speed original auto, then sometimes there were issues between 3rd and 2nd gear, in which case a gearbox replacement will cost about £1,500.
On to my final and most road-focused 4x4 of the 3, the VW Touareg. The model had a major overhaul in 2010, and this 2016 version is all but identical. Here we have a 3.6-litre V6 engine putting out 280 horsepower.
It is one of VW's oldest models in its range, and it still looks surprisingly fresh in here. The silver-coloured trim and the dials haven't really dated, and it is a pleasant place in which to spend many miles.
With an 8-speed automatic transmission, the Touareg can shift from standing to 60 in around 7.6 seconds. Not bad for a diesel SUV that weighs almost 2.2 tonnes. Of the 3, this feels most like a normal car to drive when it comes to handling, and it's got the best body control. You can hurry it along some twists and use these gear levers up on the steering wheel if you want to feel a little bit sporty. It's sure-footed, it's competent. All the technology and the engineering just feels really fresh and modern. It just hasn't quite got the sparkle and character of the other 2. It's expensive though, at around £12,000, and the first thing to look out for is the prop shaft bearing that can fail.
Replacing the full shaft is now considered routine maintenance every 5 years or 60,000 miles, and that can cost up to £1,500 at Volkswagen.
If you hear a judder when changing from fifth to fourth, it could be a well-known gearbox problem requiring a new valve chest and could set you back around £1,000. So, after a day with these 4x4s, which would I choose?
Each car has a different thing to offer, and it is very difficult to choose. If you want easy living, then go for the VW. If you want a hard worker, pick the Toyota. If you want a combination of the two with an air of luxury on top, pick the Range Rover.